So why is character so important for planning or permitted development rights in your development? Now, my name is Ritchie Clapson. I'm a chartered structural engineer and I've been in the property industry now for over 40 years. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about character and why that is so important for your property developments. So what is character and what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about it in relation to planning permission, be that full planning permission or permitted development rights. And character is something that you can understand even if you don't have a lot of experience in property development. And as I say, it is so important. Let me get you to picture this. Picture a street scene. Maybe on the right-hand side, you've got an empty site, and on the right-hand side, you've got a row of two-story terrace houses. Maybe on the left, you've got a row of three-story mixed use, maybe some commercial down on the ground floor and residential above that. And within that site, you've got an opportunity to build something. I'm right now talking about a full planning scheme. Well, do you think you're going to get planning permission to build a 7-story modern tower block? You wouldn't, would you? Because why not? Because it's not in character with the street scene. It doesn't match. It is so out of character. Obviously, I'm using an extreme example, but it is so out of character, it's very unlikely you'll get permission. 2-story on the right, 3-story on the left. Would you get 4-story? Probably not. You're probably not going to get 4, 5, 6. They probably want you to match the street scene. And because we've got 3 stories and then 2 stories, they probably want something in between. So they probably want 3 stories a maximum, maybe something called a 2.5 stories where we put rooms within a roof with sort of dormer type roof arrangements. So it's got to be in character with the street scene. Does that make sense? I think you can probably already see that. Now, with permitted development rights, this is equally important. Permitted development rights is the change of an existing commercial building into residential without fundamentally extending or changing the existing structure. But more often than not, we need to put some extra windows, some extra doors into a permitted development rights scheme. And again, that is a planning permission. So whilst on one hand, the permitted development right gives us the permission to convert and change the use class, and that is always the challenging thing. That's why permitted development rights are so powerful. But on the other hand, you still have to go in for planning to change the elevational appearance of the building in any way, shape or form. What can they assess you on? Well, when we're changing elevation, they can't assess you on loss of employment. They can't assess you on lack of car parking. They can't assess you on lack of amenity like garden space, which are all the things they could assess you on for a full planning application. But under permitted development rights, they can't. So the elevational changes can only fundamentally be assessed on character. Is what you're doing to that existing commercial building in line, in character with the rest of the street scene? Now, more often than not, it is. Particularly, let's say we take an industrial building, a light industrial building, which is one of those use classes that we can change under permitted development rights. In that case, it could be a warehouse type building, industrial looking building, brickwork facade, no windows at all. Well, we're going to want to put some windows in. But imagine if that industrial building sat primarily within a residential area, putting in windows. Does that bring it into the character of the street scene or not? Well, the answer is probably yes, it does, because we've got houses either side or in and around the area that will have, if you like, residential style windows, i.e. regular windows to suit all of the individual rooms within the property. So putting windows into an industrial building, making it look more residential, is unlikely to be controversial because it's in character. And this is a question that comes up so many times when so many new developers come to me and they like the idea of permitted development rights. They often say, yeah, but do we still not have to go for full planning permission for the changes of the elevation? Yes, you do, but fundamentally, this has been judged purely on character. So character you've got to get right. And can you see that? Would it be fair to say you can already see that by just listening to what I've said over the last few minutes? You probably can. So you're able to judge character. So character in planning and of course permitted development rights is so important and important for you to understand, which fundamentally you now do. Hopefully you like what we do here. If so, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.